Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 2 of Exponent Laws. I'll see you after the intro. Alright, here's the deal. When you have an exponent law like this one over here, what you do is that exponent n will multiply the exponent of the first variable and the exponent of the second variable, as long as these variables are separated by a multiplication sign over here. Okay, good. So let's do it. This one will be like this. So the exponent of this variable is 1. Okay, so you multiply this one with that exponent. Then the second part, you write the second variable and its exponent. Then you multiply this exponent with the very same n. Okay, so the answer will be x over there. Then 1 multiplied by n is equals to n. And therefore you write y, here's y. Then 1 multiplied by n will give you n. This is the exponent law. Now let's use an example to explain further. Here's a good example. All right, now we are going to write x, okay, the first variable and its exponent. Therefore you multiply that exponent with that other exponent, which is 3. Okay, then what you do again, you write the second variable, which is y, and its exponent. So the exponent of y here, it's 1. Then you multiply that exponent with 3, that exponent over there. All right, now the final answer will be your x. Okay, so 1 multiplied by 3 equals to 3, and therefore you write y, that y. Good. And 1 multiplied by 3 equals to 3. This is your answer. All right, great. Let's use the second example to explain further. Here's the second example. All right, so it's an interesting one. So what do we have inside the brackets? We have minus 2 x squared y to the exponent of 3. And these are inside the brackets and squared over there. All right, so this 2 will multiply the exponent of each and every number and variable exponents. All right, so how are we going to break it down? So we're going to have minus 2, and that will be 1 multiply. This one is for the exponent of 2, so it will be 1, that exponent, multiplied by that 2. Okay, then you write the second variable. This in this case is the first variable and its exponent, which is 2. Then you multiply with that 2 over there. Okay, then you write the second variable, which is y, and its exponent. Therefore you multiply that exponent with 2. All right, then your final answer will be 1 multiplied by 2 is 2. Then 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. Therefore 3 multiplied by 2 equals to 6. So this one will give you a positive 4 x4 y 6. This will be your final answer. All right, let's move to the next one. All right, here is the second one. So what do we have? We have x over y and then that exponent of n. Great. So when you have this situation, what do? You write x, so that n will multiply the exponent of these 2 variables. All right, so the first variable is x and its exponent of 1. Okay, so that n will multiply 1 like so. Therefore you have the second variable and its exponent of 1, and therefore that n again, we'll have to multiply that exponent 1, right? So the answer will be x 1 multiplied by n, it's n, and therefore you write y 1 multiplied by n, it's n. So that is your answer when you have a situation like that one. All right, so let's use an example to explain it further. I'm gonna use this example to explain it. Now what are we gonna do here? So we are going to write the first part. So in the numerator we have 4x. all right, so what do? We multiply the exponents of this 4 and x with that exponent 2, right? So I'm gonna write 4 and its exponent of 1, then I multiply that exponent with that 2. Okay, then I write the second, in this case is the first variable and its exponent, then I multiply that exponent of 1 with that 2. Okay, then I divide by y. So y has an exponent of what? Of 1. Then what I do, it's multiply that exponent with the exponent 2. Great. And the final answer will be 4. 1 multiplied by 2, it's 2. Okay, and then you'll have x here. 1 multiplied by 2, it's 2. Then you'll have y here. 1 multiplied by 2, it's 2. Then this one will give you 16 x squared y 2. All right, let's move to the next one. All right, here is the last one. So when you have a situation like this, what you do is, you see this minus, you represent it by 1 over. All right, and in the denominator you write x with a positive exponent. All right, see here it's a positive exponent. Let's use an example to explain that. Suppose we have this. Okay, so if it's like this, so we have a negative there, I'm going to write 1 over, I've represented that negative, and in the denominator I'm going to write x with a positive 4. Okay, good. So let's use the second example to explain further. So now when you check here, we have a negative. So I'm going to write 1 over, I represented that negative, and in the denominator I'll write 2 with an exponent which is positive. Okay, so this one simplified further will be 1 over 4. I hope you enjoyed the content. Please don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Cheers.